You sound happy, Mum.
Oh, that's just because I'm happy, Craig.
Well, what about?
You, bringing your wild oats home for a rest.
What?
Living with us again. Oh, it's good to see your boot marks on the coffee table. See the look on your father's face when he mistakes your Clearasil for the Colgate.
Well, it won't be for long, Mum. I'll be living with Wendy again as soon as she's back from the bush.
Oh, Craig, do you have to go back to that pokey little place?
Oh, it's bigger than what it looks, Mum.
Oh, it must be. I couldn't find your bedroom anywhere.
Well, I sent it out to be clean.
Good boy, Craig. Isn't it marvellous that science can think of something like that and so soon after rubber bands?
Yes, Mum. Well, I'm off.
Oh, shower will fix that, Craig.
Not that sort of off, Mum.
Ah, you mean off as in, yes, Mum, I am wearing clean underwear in case I get run over. Not off as in your father's dirty socks or a dead possum in the roof.
Yes, Mum. See ya.
Where are you going?
Wendy's flat.
Oh, I know, Craig. Some of the washing got in with yours.
No, I'm going to the flat to pick up some books.
Oh. Well, have you got another?
Yes, Mum, I have a clean hanky.
Oh, well, take another one in case you meet an orphan.
Thanks, Mum. I'll see you.
Someone should blow letterboxes up.
Oh, they used to, Ted, but then they banned tuppeny bungers. Mind you, in Ireland, they not only blow up letterboxes, but half the street as well.
Phil.
Imagine some poor postman walking up and down the main street of Ireland with a sack full of ticking parcels. All to be enough to scare the pee out of his whistle.
Quiet, woman. Guess what I found in the letterbox?
What?
Spiders.
Oh, any mail?
I didn't look that close, Phil. You know how stroppy they get when you turn them over.
No, I meant letters.
Oh, no.
No, I didn't think there would be.
Why?
Craig brought them in an hour ago.
Well, what did he do with them? Smoke them?
No, I think he put them on the big table.
Oh.
How was your day, Ted?
Bloody shambles, of course. I went to work.
What happened?
Sat all there in my office by myself, with nobody to talk to.
Why?
It was the office picnic and nobody told me.
Someone should speak to them, Ted, about their memories.
Why?
Because that's 20 years straight they've forgotten to tell you.
Who wants to go out on the director's yacht anyway?
Oh, I would.
It's got a bloody great hole in it.
That's the swimming pool, Ted.
Oh.
I bet there was lots of champagne.
Yeah, it'd be like drinking vinegar with Alka-Seltzer in it.
Lots of caviar.
Be like eating full stops.
Yes. Anything in the mail?
Just bills. Except this free giveaway all expenses paid chance of a lifetime from you-know-who.
Who?
The Reader's Bloody Digest, of course. Send in the coupon and get a block of flats every week for the rest of your life.
It's probably just a cheque for 10 cents, Ted.
That'd be right. Not only do they condense their books, they condense their giveaway money as well. Hey, hang on. Here's a postcard.
Oh, who'd be sending us a postcard at this time of the afternoon?
Someone from Queensland. There's a pineapple on the front.
Mind the spikes. Open up. See who it's from.
Oh. Dear Phil and Eddie. Eddie? There's only one person that's ever called me Eddie.
Who?
That dickhead cousin of yours.
You mean Ridge? Oh. Oh, we haven't seen him since our wedding.
Well, what do you want?
Oh, he'd like to come and spend the day with us for a week or so.
Why?
Oh, because he's between jobs at the moment.
Between jobs? He's always between jobs. The only time he's not between jobs is when he's on holidays.
Oh, that's not his fault.
Of course it is. He's as thick as two short Tasmanians.
Reg Pooley is not thick. He's just terribly careful and sometimes he does have trouble concentrating.
Well, when's he arriving?
Last Tuesday. That might be him now.
Huh, he's probably been standing there since last Tuesday trying to figure out how to work the bell.
Well, I better go and get him a cup of tea.
Answer the door, woman.
Oh, good idea, Ted. I'll take the cousin to the kettle, not the kettle to the cousin. Is that you, Reg?
I hope not, Mum.
Oh, cooey, great. It's all right, Ted. It's not Reg.
Open the door.
There's so many things to think about. Kettles that. Oh,
Hello, Mum.
Huey, Greg. Where's Bruno?
I don't know and I don't care and I don't want to talk about it.
Oh, Greta, something's happened. Have you chipped another fingernail?
No, it's Bruno.
He's chipped a fingernail.
No, Mum.
Well, where is he?
Who cares? It'll be a nice change to see the meatball without the spaghetti.
Thanks, Dad. You'll be pleased to know you may never see Bruno again.
Why, Grete?
Because we're getting a divorce.
Pick on me grandmother. I've shaken off the wog.
Now, we've all just got to stay calm and sort this out.
Right. I'll get a solicitor.
No, Ted, not yet. Greta, what does Bruno think about this divorce?
He doesn't know about it yet.
Right, I'll go and tell him.
Ted, sit down.
Huh, I see. It doesn't bother you that he's out there seeing someone else committing Rudy-doos?
We have no proof.
Yet.
I'm pretty sure, Mum. He's been out every night for weeks. He says he's doing overtime.
Well, how do you know that he's not?
Because there's never any extra money. And because when he comes home, he's too tired to...
Right, that's it. It's obviously he's out there seeing some little ethnic bird with bluebird earrings.
Probably. Oh, I could strangle him.
Oh, yeah, or you could put battery acid in his cappuccino. Drop a bus on him, or...
Dad, stop it. Ditto. You're not being a very understanding father.
Why should he start now?
Listen, Miss Smarty Wishbone Legs.
Oh, that's probably Bruno.
I'll get it.
No, Phil. I'll handle this.
Dad, I don't want him to see me.
He won't. I'm going to ram his head up a tap.
Sure, Dad.
Yes. He's just a saw with a bare head. I mean, he's a hare with a bed saw. Just drink your tea, Grace.
Bloody wog. It's a doorbell, not a horn on a Fiat. Come here, you.
Hey, there you go. I had my finger stuck in the doorbell.
Oh, sorry, Mr. Who are you?
Reg Pooley.
Piss off.
Don't be like that, Eddie. Blood's thicker than water.
So's porridge. You haven't been snooping around under that Victor, have you?
No, why?
Because that's a bloody severe haircut.
Who's this?
Reggie the Veggie.
Hello, Phil.
Oh, Reg Poo! Oh. What have you done with your hair?
I lost it in Port Moresby.
Oh, not New Guinea headhunters.
No, new cheap shampoo. I had a job testing it.
That'd be right. At least the outside of your head matches the inside.
Reg is not as stupid as those test results proved.
Right, Thelma. Yeah, I sued that shampoo company for $1 million and won.
Strike me Catholic. So the family's rich. Mate.
Not really. I'm between fortunes at the moment.
Well, what you do with the money?
I put the lot into a chain of all-night shoe shops in Kalgoorlie.
Bloody idiot.
Enough is enough is enough is enough. Now, that honeymoon falling out was a long time ago. Now, I want you to shake hands with Reg and say something nice.
Yeah, well, you grow a very nice moustache, Reg. For a bloke with a head like a 10-watt light bulb. Man's a fool.
Oh, Greta, I want you to meet your distant cousin, Reg Pooley. Reg, this is Greta.
Oh, as in Garbo?
Yes.
Gee, that's a coincidence. I used to be a Garbo.
I thought you might have been.
Just before I went into the smash repair business.
Oh, when was that?
When I left the handbrake off the Garbo truck.
What are you doing now?
Looking stupid.
Ted!
I'm between jobs at the moment, Greta.
Well, where are your belongings, Reg? I'll put them in your room.
Well, I'm between belongings at the moment, Thelma.
Oh, well, what would you think about a cup of tea?
Oh.
Don't disturb him, Phil. He's between thoughts at the moment.
Kid, as long as he's happy. Now, come on, Rich.
Cousin Reg certainly is a bit different.
Yeah, well, you've got to take the bad with the good.
What do you mean?
Well, Cousin Reg is a nong. That's bad. On the other hand, you're divorcing squid fingers.
Yeah, I don't know, Dad. I think I've been a bit hasty. I think I should sit down with Bruno and have a long talk.
Hi, darling.
I'm not talking to you.
I gathered that. The ditty you left me wasn't up to its usual standard.
Why not?
It was on the lounge room wall.
Serves you right, you randy little Romeo.
Greet, you're not still on about me working late.
Huh, working? More like clawing your way up the balcony to some jabbering Juliet in rolled black stockings.
You're mad, Teddles.
Charming her with a gelato bar and a string bag full of lettuce.
Greet, you don't believe all this rubbish.
Well,
I really have been working overtime.
then how come there's no extra money?
Yeah, answer that, Mr. Smarty Assisted Passage.
Shut up, Ted.
Well, Bruno?
Well, I'm doing it for nothing.
Oh, hold your head up high then. An Italian gigolo who does it for nothing.
Oh, Bruno, I just don't know whether to believe you or not.
Now look what you've done.
Yeah, terrible, isn't it?
Here's our wedding pictures. Both snaps. None of the others came out.
Yeah, that's when I had the job working as a photographer.
Oh, Will. Box brownies can be tricky things, Reg. Oh, and here's Craig. 2 years old. He's at the university.
It's a wonder he can reach the desk. Who's this?
Oh, that's Greta on a bearskin rug.
Oh!
Oh, it's all right, Reg. She's only a baby.
She's turned out pretty pretty, considering.
Considering what?
Considering she's the ugliest baby I've ever seen.
Reg, that's the head on the bearskin rug.
Listen, Grumblebum, for the last time, Greta's the only woman in my life.
So you're a puff then?
You're mad, Teddles. I tell you, I've been working very long hours.
All Italians work very long hours, and bloody hard too. You know why?
Why?
So they can import another 300 relatives.
Look, it's none of your business what I do at night. Just keep out of my affairs.
Affairs, so you admit it.
Oh, God, it's hard being in this family.
Oh, cooey, Bruno. Have you patched everything up?
No, Mrs. B, I haven't even hit him yet. Tell Greta I'll pick her up before midnight.
He should be ashamed of himself, Phil. Tarry-hooting round with some snotty little miniskirt.
Oh, Ted.
He should be tarry-hooting round here at home with our snotty little daughter.
Ted, I think we're all barking up the wrong conclusion.
Well, there's only one way to find out, Phil, and that's get evidence.
How?
I'm going to have him followed by a private detective.
Oh, my crumbs and cutlets. Whiskey-stained trench coats in Wombat Crescent.
Hello? Traffic investigations? Who? Oh, right. How much do you charge to trail a wog? $200? Oh, yeah. That's a day, plus expenses. But all you got to do is follow the olive pips. Hey? And the same to you, Mr. Papadopoulos.
I like books full of photos, Thelma.
Oh, why's that, Reg?
They're easier to read than books full of words.
Someone should blow Sherlock Holmes up.
Why, Ted?
All his cronies charged like wounded lawyers.
What's all this, Eddie?
I'm trying to find someone to follow Bruno.
Oh, sorry, can't help you there. Closest I ever got to that sort of thing was when I was a private detective.
Hey?
Oh, yeah. It was the only job I ever handled well. Did it for 3 years. Made a fortune.
Well, what did you do with the money this time?
Oh, a small wager that Cyclone Tracy had missed Darwin.
Never mind that. This detective stuff. Why'd you give it up?
I went overseas to fight.
Korea? Vietnam?
Muhammad Ali. But they wouldn't let me take him on.
Well, maybe it's just as well, Reg.
Probably. He looked a lot smaller on the TV.
Listen, Do you reckon you can follow Bruno tonight?
Standing on me head. Except I'd probably slip over.
And could you make sure you see everything he does?
I could do that blindfolded.
And take notes?
With me hands tied behind me back.
Right. You're on.
Probably for us anyway. Hello? Oh, Ted, quick, it's the Reginald Pooley Detective Agency. You must have found Bruno. Here he is.
Oh, that was quick. He must be part bloodhound. There. Well, where is that little garlic muncher?
Well, he's between at the moment, Eddie.
Between what? Between the sheets?
No, he's between your place and where he's supposed to be working.
Well, what is that little deviant up to?
He's fourth rum and coke. You see, we're in this bar. Well, I know it's a bar, because I used to be...
I know. He used to be a barman.
No, a drunk.
Are you sure it's him?
Of course it's him. He's the spitting image of his photograph. Although he moves a lot more.
So he's still got his clothes on?
Yeah, but the little raver he's with is showing more leg than a bucket full of centipedes.
Well, don't lose him. Remember, alimony doesn't grow on trees.
Where is he, Dad? What's happening?
Well, Greta, daughter of mine, love, I'm afraid all your suspicions about Bruno are correct.
You mean?
That's right. He's lying around in a pair of leather jockettes drinking marijuana with a naked hockey team.
Hello? Ace Pooley here. I'm standing outside the Purple Pelvis Disco. I know it's a disco because...
I know, because she used to be a dancer.
No, there's a sign over the door. I don't know who's the best dancer, Bruno or his little raver with the cleavage.
Why aren't you in there watching him?
Oh, I couldn't stand the coloured flashing lights. The whole place looks like a short circuit in a stained glass window.
Get back in there and watch him.
Oh, I can't do that, Eddie.
Why not?
They just come out.
Well, get off the phone and follow him.
Oh, right.
Why is Bruno doing this? Why? I keep asking myself, why?
Shut up, woman.
Why, Ted?
Because Bruno's a grubby little snake in the grass.
I can hardly believe it myself, Mum.
Hello, people.
This is all your fault, Reginald Pooley.
Geez, I'd like a quid for every time someone's told me that.
You can keep your cold, hard facts to yourself.
You mind if I sit down? I'm between chairs at the moment.
What are you doing here?
Well, I'm between cases at the moment.
You mean you've stopped following Bruno?
Case closed. I got enough evidence to open my own courthouse. Geez, there's a thought.
What'd you find out?
Oh, let me put it this way. 10:06 p.m. Bruno and Tipsy Blonde enter an abode.
I don't think I want to hear this.
I do. Go on, Reg.
10:06 and a bit p.m. Light goes on in upstairs bedroom window.
Ha.
10:07 p.m. They engage in what Barbara Cartland may describe as a quick, meaningful relationship.
Hang on, how could you see into an upstairs window?
Because 10:08 p.m, Reg Pooley climbs tree.
Quick thinking, Reg.
I know, Eddie.
You're a bloody keen detective.
It was a bloody big Alsatian.
Who is it?
It's me, Mrs. B.
Come in, Bruno. I'm really glad you're here.
Why?
So I can ignore you.
Oh, Mrs. B, not you too.
Yes, me too, you big Latin bodgy.
Mrs. B, where did you pick up language like that?
I read that.
There you are, you twisted little immigrant.
Oh, ask a silly question.
Get out of my house. Go on.
Leave me alone. I've had a very hard night.
Ha! So I've heard, super stud.
Oh, hang on, Greet.
Miss Woolpit to you. See you in court.
Court?
Yeah, caught with your pants down.
This is going to be a very long fight. I'm going to make a cup of tea.
Here's your photo back, Thelma.
Who's he?
Wouldn't you like to know?
I'm home, everyone.
Geez, you're a brave bloke coming back here, Bruno.
Bruno!
Yes, Ted. Craig's the Latin bodgy.
Pickle me grandmother!
Poor Rich. He was not cut out for anything.
He wouldn't be cut out for anything if he was made of cardboard.
Well, I better be going.
Where to, Craig?
Well, back to the flat.
You'll be crawling back here when I tell that Wendy thing what you've been up to.
She won't mind, Dad.
Why not?
Well, she's back from the bush. It was her I was with.
Oh,
Bye, Mum.
bye-bye, dear.
Bloody kids. Give them a face full of pimples, they think they own the world.
Well, Greet and I have kissed and made up. How about us, Teddles?
Don't you kiss me! Or get an oil slick on me cheek.
Bruno, I know it's none of a prying mother-in-law's business, but what were you doing with the overtime money?
Well, it was to have been a surprise, Mrs. B. You tell him, Greet.
Well, Bruno had saved up enough to shout the four of us a couple of weeks on the Gold Coast.
Oh, Bruno!
Well, that certainly is a surprise, Brune, mate.
I've got an even bigger surprise, Ted, mate.
What's that, Brune?
I've changed my mind, Ted.
Why?
Well, I worked it out, that if we leave you behind, the three of us can have a holiday in Bali.
Bloody wog!